Welcome and thank you for tuning in to this video where I'll be explaining 5 of the property investment strategies that I've got some experience in. I think there's 1 or 2 I've not actually done, but the majority of them I've got some experiences that I'll be sharing with you. The investment strategies that we'll be touching on are rent-to-rent, HMO, flips, single lets and commercial investments. The reason I'm doing this video is I do get quite a lot of messages direct on like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, of people starting out in property, and the first thing they message me is always something along the lines of, hey, I'm looking to do property and I want to go straight into HMOs, or I want to go straight into rent to rent, and you can just tell that it's either come from some speaker or an education course, or basically whoever's got the biggest marketing budget, which is typically HMO course sellers, rent-to-rent course sellers, SA course sellers. Now, I'm not saying those investment strategies are bad. I'll be going through and telling you my biased and unbiased opinions on them. We'll be going through them and I'll be ranking each investment strategy on the effort required, because I think that is vital when looking at an investment strategy. I also think you need in the back of your mind whilst watching this video what it is you want out of property investing. For me, I went into property investing for freedom. I don't want a 9-to-5 job. I want to be able to, if the sun's shining, go out, and then when it's raining, I'll come and do some work. If that's the kind, if you're coming to the end of your career, you might be looking to do it as a pension pot. If you're at the beginning of the career, you should probably be looking at it as a pension pot. But your outlook on a strategy, if you're looking at the long term, is going to be very different to those looking for an instant cash flow solution to replace your income in your job and leave your job. So I think it's worth making it very clear that my motivation into getting into property is for freedom, long-term investing, which is going to be very different to those that want instant cash flow and replace a salary that they currently have. So I'll be scoring each of these investment strategies on the effort, the capital required, because again, if you're starting out, we get a lot of messages due to my age. I get a lot of investors who are quite young. They're not there at the beginning of their actual working careers, so their capital, the capital at their disposal is going to be very different to someone who's at the end of their career looking for an investment for their retirement. And then finally I'll be scoring them on experience required. That's because, again, with those looking at maybe HMOs, I think the experience required to do a HMO is very different to doing a single let. Those wanting to do rent-to-rent, SA, rent-to-rent, HMOs, anything along those lines, it's going to be very different to someone wanting to do commercial investments. I think it's clear that when you're going into it, where you are in that experience cycle, and it's almost like you need to do these essential stepping stones. You can vary off them by all means, but there's a certain structure, and I don't think it's very wise to jump from day naught to going straight into massive commercial units. But we'll be touching on that anyway. And I'll be scoring each of these areas, so the effort required, the investment required, and the experience required, on a scale of 1 being minimal, all the way up to 3 being maximum. So I hope you enjoy this video, and we'll get straight into it.